My left foot's going to step up. Left foot steps up. As I step on my left foot, watch. I'm going to rotate my right knee. I'm going to windshield my right foot. I step up. I windshield my right foot. I rotate. Notice that I do this. Let's look at my position. Notice he ends up on really two knees and a hand. And notice where my knee is. My knee is pointed across his hips. My knee pointed across his hips. I have an angle on my opponent, all right? I have an angle on Noah here. Relax. All right? I have an angle on Noah. Also, notice how his weight's on his left knee. All his weight went to his left knee. Now from this position, I can switch from a single leg to a double leg. And now I'll drive straight across his body and finish with a double. Notice what I didn't do. I didn't fall to my hip. I didn't raise straight up. I stayed in a good solid stance. And I have isolated this leg. Notice how I isolate his left leg here. What I mean by isolate is I have complete control of it. I'm pulling out a little bit or pulling down on my left elbow, which pulls out on the bottom part of his right leg. This right leg is isolated. What happens is I put some torque, a little bit of pressure here on his left knee. His right knee. This prevents him from squaring up and sprawling. So my opponent can't square up and sprawl because I've isolated his leg. Okay? I got weight on his left knee. All right, so I can drive across and finish. I go from here to here, I drive and finish. Again, one more time. Head outside, single, my partner's going to sprawl. He sprawls, he's pulling the leg back. Inside hand high, outside hand low. Left foot steps up. Very important to have a big step left foot. This keeps my hips underneath me, but it also gives me the ability to rotate. I step up, I rotate. Notice how I pull down. When I pull down here, what I've done is I put weight on his far knee. Notice how there's weight and pressure across his body. Right? I have this weight, I have this pressure across. Now I can switch from a single to a double. Let's talk about the mistakes you're going to make. Mistake number one. You step up, you rotate, you don't pull down your lift. You step up, you rotate, you do this right here. All right. I'm not lifting, I'm pulling down. I have to get weight to his left knee. I'm going to illustrate why in a second, all right? Mistake number two, you'll step up, you rotate, and you'll do this. Now, you might get his weight to his far knee, all right? You might even be outside his hips, but now you're not in a position to finish. I'm out of my stance, all right? Mistake number three, your hands don't lock. Your hands don't unlock, you stay locked. What happens is you don't isolate this leg. When I don't isolate this leg, two things can happen. One, this guy can continue to square up and sprawl. And two, I really don't get as much weight as I want on his left leg. I just recently have started, I always am looking, guys, I'm honestly trying to teach myself how to teach you, okay? I'm wrestling kids. When I wrestle my own kids on my own team, I give them different defensive looks to figure out what works and what doesn't work for this offensive guy. If Noah rotates, okay? If Noah rotates and gets an angle, if he rotates, he gets the angle, but he doesn't get the weight to my far knee. Watch. Step up, rotate, pull down. All right, if he goes right there, he's got an angle on me. He's got the angle, but he doesn't have weight on my far knee. He will not finish here. You guys see this position. And this happens to you guys because you didn't pull down enough, because you didn't isolate this leg enough. From right here, he needs to pull down hard on this leg. Yes. Notice, he's got to get to this position. All right? This position, he finishes from. This position, he doesn't. All right? He did the right motion with his body, but he didn't put that pull, that emphasis on pulling my leg. He's got to step up, pulling it down. There. Now, this position, he will win. He got the weight on my far leg. He got pressure across my body, and he has an angle. Getting an angle is not enough. Getting an angle is not enough. Okay? You getting an angle and being on your knee and he has on his feet is not enough. You have to get the angle and get his weight to his far knee. That makes sense. Defensive guy, do me a favor. Give him a good reaction. Pull that leg back. We're going to start on our knees right now. Start on your knees. 1 or 2 minutes, so I know you guys got it. Then we'll bring it in and we'll shot the bench. 1, 2, 3.